All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored and humbled to receive the Wally Marks Changemaker Award tonight. Yeah. I'll be honest, I had to stop and take a moment to reflect on all the work that has happened at SGLI over the last 14 to 15 years. I had to play that movie in my head, and I realized that this award held special significance for me as the executive director of the Social Justice Learning Institute, but it is a recognition of the collective efforts of an incredible team who tirelessly work from the heart, that heart work that we talk about all the time, to be able to empower youth and also communities. And I have some of them here today. You know, not only just my team members, but also some of my board members. I really want y'all to stand because I want to recognize and acknowledge you. Right? I tell people all the time, when you see me, you see them, right? Because they're the ones who are on the front lines every single day, working with our community members, working with our young people to actually be able to create the change that we want to see. I also want to lift up my wife. Because it was you who called me in 2010 to my higher self, you know? And I wouldn't be able to do this, so I appreciate you for standing on business with me. Why am I crying? Oh. All right. So I want to leave a mark today, right? So y'all got to bear with me, okay? I got like a minute and a half left to get through a 5-minute speech. So hold on. All right. Our work at the Social Justice Learning Institute is rooted in the belief that every individual, regardless of their background, circumstances, deserves an opportunity to live full. In a world rife with systemic injustices that take place in a racialized caste operating on stolen land that we call America, right? Let's call it what it is. Where marginalized communities face barriers to education, economic stability, and equitable treatment, it is our duty to be the unwavering force for positive change. Decade after decade, century after century, change makers like us in this room, all of you, me as well, have made the progress, challenging the status quo and fighting against the injustices that seek to keep our communities and our people oppressed. This is a great moment to mark that progress and how we've contributed to it, but it is our work. It is our work. It is our work, and it is far from over. We must continue to be able to lock arms and be bold and unrelenting in our pursuit of justice and liberation. There are some of us who know the full arc of history and may determine that these times that we're in feel all too familiar to something we've seen before. But to me, what makes this unprecedented times is not what we are doing as the adults in the world and what we think we know, but more about what the youth's response is to it all. They are not accepting systems as they are. They are challenging age-old ideas. They are pushing back on the status quo, compelling us to shift in what we know to be true into something new. They are speaking life into the ethos we exist in, and it is not our job to stand in their way. It is our job to guide, mold, encourage them to be the leaders of the future today. And we also have to leave them something good to take into the future. My fellow nonprofit leaders, my foundation friends, and their philanthropists and donors who support them, as well as my government colleagues in the room, our work together is what makes up what I call the people-centered economy. Yes, there may be deep investments in technology like AI and the shared economy and other aspects of the 21st century, but it is all that is on the rise, but we are the ones that believe in and are continuing to invest in HE and HI, the human experience, and human intelligence. Together with those investments, we have the responsibility of being the foundational force in our society today and tomorrow that ensures that all people, no matter background, culture, religion, color, or orientation, are capable of prospering. Barriers exist, we know this. Living a liberated life is not only breaking free from those barriers ourselves individually, but we also have to make sure that we're doing it on parity for our community with equity being the leveling tool. And I'll end by this. It means that we have to hold the mirror up every day and ask ourselves, what more can I do to make a difference? Who am I trying to be a difference maker? And that means we have to be fearless and be brilliant. We have to be thoughtful and be driven. We have to dream big and stay focused on our commitment of creating a world where everyone can live whole, free, thriving, healthy lives. Receiving this award is a moment of reflection, but it's also a call to action. It's a reminder that we must continue to push forward, even go hard as we can in efforts to literally kick down permanently and remove the systemic barriers and create a more just and equitable society. Together, as changemakers, we have the power to break down the barriers that stand in our way and open the door for a brighter future for all. So I thank you once again for this incredible honor. And let's continue to work together to build a world where justice and liberation are ever present and irreversible. It's go time. It's go time. And I got one question. Are y'all ready to get started? Let's go.
Give one more round of applause in celebration of the 2024